Coach, a pretty emotionally charged game.
Yeah.
Thought defensively, you guys gave yourself a chance to win, but
We did.
just 4 points in the last 8 minutes, and it's tough to overcome a team, that's been there and done that down the stretch.
Yeah, to your point, Graf. Defensively, we were solid. Effort was there. We got down big, clawed our way back into it, and I love what I saw from this group. Just didn't score enough points.
Yeah, I mean, with the back and forth between you guys and the Heat early in the fourth quarter, did you feel like it was your team standing your ground? Did you feel like either side went too far or anything? What did you just think about it?
In terms of,
I guess the overall thing between Naji and Jimmy and Jose and Thomas Bryant.
I thought it was two competitive teams that want to win, and sometimes you're going to have things like that happen. No big deal.
And then kind of the thing that sparked the whole thing was Kevin Love wrapping up Zion. I mean, what did you think about the whistle Zion got in this game? Do you think the whistle is getting to where it needs to be with Zion? What are you seeing there?
No, I don't. I don't think he gets a great whistle, and I thought it could have been better.
And I guess what would you like to see the officials do better with Z specifically?
Be consistent. Simple. Be consistent. I won't go too much further than that. Try to keep some money in my pocket if I can, but be consistent across the board.
Well, sometimes a scrum can lead to lifting up your team, right? Because the emotions are out there. But I think also other times it can hurt, right? Where it kind of deflating afterwards. Do you feel like that whole scenario kind of put a dampener or somehow affected to where you guys lost a little bit of focus, weren't able to find your offensive rhythm down the stretch?
No, I don't feel like that at all. I feel like, our group, we stayed together, we played hard, effort was there. We missed shots and opportunities that we would normally knock down. No excuses, but second night of a back-to-back, they're fresh. We'll look at the film, but I love what we did tonight. We came up a little bit short, and those things will happen.
Do you have an update on CJ?
I don't. No update yet.
Hey, Coach, it was kind of like a playoff atmosphere tonight. Zion hasn't played in a playoff game. Do you think it was kind of good for him to experience that tonight, like the physicality, the no calls, them playing boxes and elbows against him? Is that good for him to see?
It was. It was a good overall test for our team in general, but especially for Z. The more games that he can play in that's like this, the more he'll adapt. Our team will adapt. Like I said, two teams that are tough-nosed, hard-playing teams, and give them credit. They came out with the win.
It's like a common nomenclature that it's a make-or-miss lead, or is it just schematically you wanted to do something different where guys just didn't knock down shots, or, hey, we probably should have did this here? Was there any moments there?
No, I mean, you look at the stats across the board. We shot the ball 104 times to their 82. So we had plenty of opportunities and 37% from the field. Tough shooting night for us, tough scoring night for us. Our defense was solid, but we got to be more balanced on the offensive end, and we didn't put it in the basket tonight.
Coach, obviously you wanted to see this team have some fight. I don't think you meant that literally, but just seeing them be able to bounce back and get through that adversity, what does that say about the growth that they've had and the particular aspect of punching back metaphorically?
It's great. It's great to see our team continue to rise to the moments. And, we got down early, and we've seen a few games this season where we've played teams like that where we get down and it gets away from us. But I love the maturity of this group to stay together, understanding we're not making shots, but we can guard, we can have effort plays, and it got us back in the game. We fell a little short down the stretch, but you can build on moments like this.
And obviously there was separation with the teams, and we could see that you were talking with them. What were you telling them while things were trying to get cooled down during the moment?
I keep that between the team and myself.
Bam down the stretch really took over. Just what did you see from him? And, I guess, how was he able to take over kind of down the stretch?
They threw the ball to him, in the post, mid-post, elbow, and he hit a couple big shots. So that's what players like Bam, that's what they do. They put the team on their shoulders and they try to carry them down the stretch. I thought we did a great job of contesting, but he hit some tough ones.
To that point of fight and watching a team like them that's been to the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA championship twice in the last 4 years or whatnot, can you learn anything from kind of how they played down the stretch too, as far as with your club and its fight as well down the stretch?
Yeah, for sure. You can always go back and watch the tape and take some things from that game, but my focus is really on our team, not what they did, our squad, focusing on what we can control and go from there. All right, thank you. steal that. That's steal.
How much of a, I guess, struggle offensively was that for y'all tonight, coming off the second night of a back-to-back and everything?
I really don't feel like we struggled a lot. I think we just missed, some bunnies. And I think a lot of the shots or a lot of looks we got were good. They just didn't go down. I know it was a lot of Hawks threes in particular that just rammed out. So, that's just something you got to live with.
Yeah, how do you think you guys just, I guess, reacted or regrouped after everything that happened earlier in the fourth quarter?
And that's a part of basketball. I know a lot of fans don't usually see it, but if you play basketball enough, and it's, one guy's best against another guy's best, it's going to be some tension if everybody's playing hard, and that's just what happened. We knew to come back out, be, mentally ready for the physicality, and just stand within what we know to do.
I guess, what did you see that kind of led to everything kind of going crazy the way it did, during the altercation?
I didn't see the foul. And then, when the scuffle started happening, I was standing back on the sideline. I can't really even tell you, how things got to where it got to, but I'm not really a dude to do a lot of talking. Like, once my teammates, if you coming at my teammates, I'm with my teammates right or wrong.
And I guess just how tough was it during the fourth quarter when you had no CJ, no Dyson, no Naji, no Jose, just having, so many of your ball handlers not there and trying to execute in the half court?
I still think we got enough. Like I said, we just missed shots, and they made some tough ones, and that's just a part of the game.
Back to the point of late game situations, the ball was in your hands. Was it comfortable for you? Was this something that you can kind of foresee in the future? I know usually it's in CJ's hands late in the game, or it's in Zion's hands. Now it's kind of in yours. Can you feel like you can make a play when the ball's in your hands?
Oh yeah, it wasn't uncomfortable. I was just out, playing basketball, keeping the game simple and trying to make the right reads every possession.
Trey had a rough night tonight. Hawk kind of had a rough night from three as well. What are you telling the guys to kind of keep their confidence up?
Shooter's gonna shoot the ball regardless. I just tell them to keep shooting. I see them shooting every day. I'm playing against them in practice. I'm seeing the work they're putting in, and it's not gonna be overnight. I'm a prime example of it. And they shoot the ball a lot better than I do. So, to struggle, it just comes with it. I just tell them to keep working and keep shooting it.
Did this have the feel of a playoff game? There was a lot of emotion out there tonight.
Yeah, somewhat, and I think it was good, that Hawk got a chance to experience it with so much time left in the game. So I think he got an idea of what, the playoff atmosphere is like. So overall, I think it was a plus for us to get in that environment.
Do you think it was good for Z, too, since he's never been in a playoff game?
For sure. But, Z's been in the league. He's probably, played in some games of that magnitude, but just not in the playoffs. So, yeah, I say it was really good for Z as well.
And you made your first 8 shots of the night. What were you kind of seeing that allowed you to just keep going offensively?
Just being aggressive, trying to make the right plays, getting downhill and attacking.
Thanks, sir.
I appreciate it. I gotta talk to CJ about that.
That whole thing between you guys kind of happened right after Kevin Love wrapped you up. Did you expect it to just get that hot? What was your reaction to everything kind of happening after that foul?
Nice shoes, man. K-Love, I wasn't tripping about K-Love because he actually protected me on my fall. So I just kind of just got up and was walking away, and I think all of a sudden I see Butler kind of lunging towards Naji. So I'm trying to get there like, yo, relax, like what's going on? I think a minute kind of went by, and all of a sudden Brian and Jose kind of getting at it, and it was a lot of stuff going on. But when I watched the film, I was like, okay, you can like clearly see how it happened. But I mean, like I said before, it's hard not to love shit like that. It's just competitive. It's people competing, people riding for their teammates. So that's all that is.
Yeah, I mean, you have to play through a lot of physicality, a lot of contact, just because of the way your game is.
What do you mean by that? Can you go into detail about that?
You just get hit a lot around the rim, I think.
Okay, do any of you guys agree with that? Don't set me up. I got family to feed, bro. I can't. I'm sorry, but continue the question.
Just, I mean, how do you manage like taking that much contact every single game?
Just gotta find different ways to score at this point. I mean, especially if I'm not gonna get the call, and I gotta just figure out another way to score in that situation. Because if I rely on a foul call, that could cost us a key game down the line. So just gotta be creative with scoring.
Do you kind of go in expecting teams to kind of hit you at this point? Like that's just the way that the teams are guarding you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, there's nothing I can do about that. But just kind of go up strong. And then even when I try to sell some of the fouls, it's tough because it almost feel like you wasting a possession, especially when you don't get the call. So you just pick and choose your spots.
Is that kind of weird for you, having to kind of add that to your game, kind of feeling the need to kind of show that you're getting hit on certain plays?
It is definitely new for me because I wasn't taught to play the game like that. But with the league we're in, I gotta. If I want to get a call, sometimes I have to sell it in order for the ref to see it, because sometimes the ref don't see it. I give him that. Sometimes it is hard to see, but I just gotta sell it better.
And the guys have kind of expressed that we know stuff like this might happen with Z at certain times. It's our responsibility to step up and be by his side and help him during those moments. What's it like when you see your teammates kind of come to your aid during those type of moments?
They're my dogs. Like I said, if it was fake, they wouldn't do that. If that love wasn't real, they wouldn't do that. They looking out for their brother, and I dapped them up. I'm like, man, appreciate that. Because, like I said, that get everybody going.
Z, before the incident happened, did it feel like this game was really chippy? Could you feel it leading towards something or no?
I could feel it leaning towards something, but not like that. It was probably I felt it more like on some, this is just going to be a battle. Just going to have to toughen it out.
Z, do you think this is what maybe the playoffs is going to feel like? All that emotion on the court, having to deal with all sorts of stuff, whether you're getting the foul call in your favor or not?
I can't speak from personal experience, but from what I've seen, yeah, because the stakes are bigger. Every game matters, and that's how we're playing the rest of the season. Every game matters. We want to be in a good spot for the playoffs. So when moments like that happen, it's almost preparing us for the playoffs.
That was kind of my question. How does this kind of benefit you all in the playoffs with that kind of atmosphere?
It benefits us because when moments like that happen, we could be on the road, and the crowd could really be into it, and championship teams execute. No matter what's going on, they execute. So we didn't execute too well after that, but, I mean, it was a learning experience for us, and take it and learn from it.
As y'all have had, I think it's 5 different starting lineups bounce in these last 10 games. What does it say about this team that y'all were able to withstand that and go 8-2, I guess, over the last 10 games?
We've been saying it all season. We got a lot of depth on this team. Coach always preaches his conditioning test, and it's not something he does at the beginning of the season. It's just staying ready. Whenever your number called, whatever your minutes increases, be ready for that. That's the real conditioning test for this team.
And late in the fourth, you got no CJ, no Dyson, no Jose, no Naji. I mean, how tough was it just to kind of find space for yourself and get to where you wanted to on the court?
I think I was just kind of in my own head a little bit. I still got to be aggressive to score. I just I didn't know which way the foul call was going to go, so I was just trying to find the best shot in terms of who was open. But I just still got to be aggressive because I feel like I still could have gotten to my spots. Thanks. Guys, enjoy your night.